In this video, we'll have a look at an AI voiced software application called Zonos. Zonos is a text-to-speech and voice cloning AI app, and it's free and open source. So you can clone your own voice, for example, by uploading a 10 to 30 second sample of your voice, and then give it some text of what you want the voice to say. The application also has the ability to provide emotions for your voice as well. Zonos models are open source under the Apache 2.0 license, so you can clone to your heart's content, meaning as much as you like. Although I mentioned being able to use emotions, it provides users with flexible control over various vocal attributes additional to emotions, including speech, tone, and audio quality. And Zonos provides multi-language support. If we go to the official site, we have access to some sample audio and how it compares to some of its competitors. So we can take a quick look at this now, but we will also have a look at the voice generation once I've installed the actual software. But let's have a look at the first prompt of voice sampling Zonos has provided on their official website, and this is how it sounds.
I don't really care what you call me. I've been a silent spectator watching species evolve, empires rise and fall. But always remember I am mighty and enduring.
And this is how 11 Labs sounds.
I don't really care what you call me. I've been a silent spectator watching species evolve, empires rise and fall. But always remember I am mighty and enduring.
And the next competitor.
I don't really care what you call me. I've been a silent spectator watching species evolve, empires rise and fall. But always remember, I am mighty and enduring.
And the last one.
I don't really care what you call me. I've been a silent spectator watching species evolve, empires rise and fall. But always remember, I am mighty and enduring.
And the requirements to run Zonos are to run it on Linux operating system, preferably Ubuntu, or macOS. You can install it on macOS as well now. Actually, very recently, someone has made it work on Windows, so there's a Windows version of it as well. But I could not get this one to work, to be honest. But maybe I was missing some prerequisites. So the first requirement is to run it on Linux or Linux, and the other requirement is to have a 6 GB VRAM GPU, so something like a 3000 and above NVIDIA GPU. Now there's a way, however, to run this in Windows 11, like I've done, by installing and running this in Windows Subsystem for Linux, also known as WSL for short. To install it on WSL, first we turn Windows features on or off, and we turn on WSL support for Windows within the add and remove features. Then to install WSL, we open PowerShell and run it as an administrator. Then we run the command WSL space -- install, and it will go away and install it for you. There's also WSL space -- update if it's needed updating, if you already have it installed and you just want to update it. And once this installs, we need to restart the program, and once the computer restarts, it will install WSL. And once installed, we will be able to open the Ubuntu application and run it inside of WSL. And I've done all this as part of my installation of Docker Desktop, which you may want to watch. So with Zonos, there are some streamed line instructions on how to install Zonos with Docker Desktop, but you use Docker Desktop as the management tool and containerize the Ubuntu OS. However, this will not work for me, so the method I'm using is more work, but nevertheless, it gets Zonos up and running. I watched someone do about 3 videos of this. They did 3 separate videos to get Zonos up and running, and it did work, so I'm consolidating it all into a single video. So the first prerequisite is to install the CUDA Toolkit. We will install a program called NVIDIA CUDA Toolkit in WSL. NVIDIA is essential to install within Linux operating system. It's needed to run PyTorch and a driver in particular called NVCC, which is needed to install machine learning libraries that need to use CUDA. So Zonos uses PyTorch for AI-based voice cloning. These frameworks require CUDA inside WSL2 to run efficiently on an NVIDIA GPU. Actually, many AI tools like TensorFlow, PyTorch, Stable Diffusion require CUDA drivers. And WSL2 does not automatically enable GPU support for AI applications. Installing NVIDIA CUDA Toolkit plus WSL2 support allows Zonos to detect and use GPU for voice synthesis. Without it, Zonos would default to CPU mode, which is much slower. So let's install the toolkit. We can run lsb_release-a to confirm the Ubuntu version. and then there's an apt key to delete. So older versions of NVIDIA repository used the apt keyring, which is now insecure and discouraged to use. This key was used for signing CUDA packages in older releases, and more importantly, keeping it may cause conflicts when updating installing CUDA. So this will prevent conflicts with the latest NVIDIA repository. New versions are more secure. So let's remove this apt key. Now let's Google Ubuntu CUDA Toolkit. 12.8 is the most recent version, and I'm going to download and install this one. We need to select Linux because we're installing it on Linux OS, even though we are using Windows. Then x86_64 architecture. Then distribution will be WSL Ubuntu, and version 2 for WSL2. So WSL is referred to as WSL2 as well because it's WSL version 2. And then we will do deb network. Now based on our options we just selected, commands have been generated that we need to run on our Ubuntu OS. These 4 here. So I'll run the first one. I'll run the second one. There's also a command in after the update command to upgrade. So with updates, it updates the list of available packages and their versions from the repositories, but does not actually install or upgrade any packages. With upgrade, it installs new versions of the packages. It upgrades all installed packages to the latest available versions without removing anything. So that's the difference between update and upgrade. And the last command will install CUDA. And I'm speeding up the video as well, so that we're not sitting around waiting for these to run. But they don't take too long anyway. Next, we need to place the NVIDIA Toolkit and its drivers inside the system path. We need to navigate to the CUDA folder, and we can see the folder is there including all of its component files. However, we cannot start NVCC. NVCC, by the way, is NVIDIA CUDA compiler. It's the compiler driver for CUDA. So this output confirms that NVCC is installed and working, but it did not provide a file to compile. We need to place this folder inside of the path so that when we start the terminal, we can execute NVCC. We need to go to the home folder and look for .bashrc. The .bashrc file is a shell script that runs whenever a new interactive bash session starts. And we will make a change to this file by running nano to edit the file. I spelt that wrong. Sudo nano.bashrc. And if we go right to the bottom and enter this command, now we can save and exit the file. Ctrl O, Ctrl X. I'm making sure my change is there, which it is. Now we have to restart WSL, so close the terminal and start it again, effectively doing a restart. So I'll close the terminal and start it again. Look for Ubuntu, start it again. Now if I type nvcc --version, I should see some information about it, which I do. We can also run NVIDIA-SMI. The NVIDIA-SMI, SMI stands for System Management Interface, is a command line tool that shows real-time GPU status and usage statistics. So it's a good command to use to confirm the GPU status. And we are done with installing the NVIDIA CUDA Toolkit within WSL2. Next, let's install Anaconda. So I'm doing this for, of course, Zonos Voice AI, and Zonos Voice AI depends on Python and machine learning libraries which work best in an isolated and controlled environment. So Anaconda helps manage these dependencies. Anaconda creates virtual environments, so dependencies do not conflict with system packages. It handles GPU acceleration for AI models and better isolation and portability, and avoids package conflicts. So let's install Anaconda. First, if we ensure we are in the home folder, then we can update and upgrade everything on the OS, which is always a good thing to do. Next, we will install wget, so we can use it to install Anaconda. wget is a command line tool used to download files from the internet directly from the terminal. It supports HTTP, HTTPS and FTP protocols. We can confirm the version with wget version. Now we need to install a bunch of libraries, which we will run now. Then we will install the library librasound, which provides advanced Linux sound architecture support for 64-bit applications. It handles audio input-output on Linux operating systems. And the next thing we will do is check the current version of Anaconda and then install Anaconda, which we can see is 2024.10-1. Then we need this URL to install the file. The name came from the Anaconda archive list, which we can see here. So it's the URL of the website plus the link of the file. It will take a short while to download it. I'll speed the video up. Now that it's downloaded, we use bash to run this downloaded file. Now accept the Anaconda terms and conditions and press enter to accept the default location, and now Anaconda will be installed. Yes to update the shell profile, which will activate Conda on startup as it says on the screen. So I'll click yes. We will restart the terminal with this command. This command basically reloads your .bashrc file, which contains shell configuration, environmental variables and aliases. We can now see base on the left, which is the Anaconda base environment. So this is the base environment, but you don't have to be in the base Conda environment. So for this, you can run this command. And when we restart the terminal again, we are now out of the base environment, because we will create a specific environment for Zonos, the application we want to run our voice AI software. And to be in the base environment, we can use Conda activate without specifying any particular environment after it, which puts it in the base environment. The Conda activate command switches to a specific Conda environment, allows you to use isolated Python packages and dependencies without interfering with system's global Python installation. And Conda list will list us all of the packages, and Conda deactivate to deactivate the environments. So now we have CUDA and Anaconda all done. Now we'll turn our attention to Zonos, the text-to-speech AI software. First, we need to install ESpeak, as Zonos depends on ESpeak library. ESpeak is a lightweight open source text-to-speech engine for Linux, Windows or macOS. It converts written text into spoken audio using synthetic speech. Now I get a robotic sound back, and you cannot hear this unfortunately as my recorder was not recording system audio. It's recording my microphone audio but not the system audio. So this part isn't recorded. So I did the test again after I did this video, and here it is.
Hello everyone, testing ESpeak here.
So the test works. Now back to where we was. Next we'll install Git with sudo apt install Git. By the way, I've got a Git and GitHub training course if you was interested in watching that. I've also got a dedicated Python training course as well on my channel. It's approximately 10 hours long. Now we'll type Y for continue. This command downloads the file silently. It fetches data from a website without any extra output. It says the repository is set up. You can now install packages. And we will also install Git support for large files. Now we are going to download the Zonos repository, which is the GitHub page. And we will download this from the home directory. So cd home, then git clone command and the address of the Zonos GitHub page. Okay, so I have already downloaded this before I did the video as a test. I thought I had deleted it, but it's still there. So let's navigate into the folder. So we want to do cd Zonos with a capital Z. And next we will create a Conda virtual environment. Python 3.10 is the minimum Python supported version for Zonos. Now let's press Y to proceed. Now we will activate the virtual environment, Conda activate Zonos env. Now on the left, instead of saying base, for the base virtual environment, we have the name Zonos env, as that's what we just created. Now we will install everything from the current directory using pip install space -e. This installs the package from the current directory. And this command to compile all of its source files. This command installs a Python package in editable mode from a local directory or Git repository while disabling build isolation. And the last step before we get into the graphical user interface is to start Gradio, and we use this command here. So the command is python 3 gradio_interface.py, and it finally provides the URL so we can access the Zonos GUI. And we are now on the graphical user interface, and the first time we access it, it needs to download the models, or the model. There's two models, by the way, and I'll explain what they are in the actual demo. And now we are on the GUI interface. So that's how we would install Zonos from start to finish in Windows 11. Let's quickly run a test.
And everything seemed to move in slow motion as the day transitioned into evening. Birds were chirping softly in the distance, and a gentle breeze stirred the trees. It was a peaceful moment, a pause in the rush of the day. People walked by, lost in their own thoughts, each of them carrying their own stories. The world felt quite full of life. As the sky turned from blue to shades of orange and pink, there was a whiz.
And there you go, Zonos is installed and it's working.